Hi everyone, Lewis here. I want to talk about another film today because that's normally what I do. I want to talk about the film Renfield, which I saw today, which came out today, and it stars Nicolas Hoult as the titular Renfield, Robert Montague Redfield, I believe his name is. I could be wrong, and Nicolas Cage as Count Dracula. I've been looking forward to this film for a while because I talk about Nicolas Cage all the time. He's my favourite actor, and he's just a cool guy. And I was really looking forward to this because him as Count Dracula is great, and I know it's his like dream role that he's always wanted to play. I think he was supposed to be uh, Max Schreck in Shadow of the Vampire back in 2000, I want to say, but ended up being Willem Dafoe, which was incredible in itself. And he previously did the film Vampire's Kiss in the 1980s, where he didn't play a vampire, but he played a man who was believing he was becoming a vampire. Important distinction. But this is his first time playing a vampire, and much no less Count Dracula. So I've been really looking forward to it since I heard about it. I think it's a perfect thing for him, and I think when the trailer came out, I liked it, but I think I was not disappointed. But I thought the tone wasn't quite what I was hoping for. But the trailer does sell the movie very well because it's exactly what it looks like. It's an action horror comedy, and I was kind of hoping for something a bit more, not so much darker, but just kind of a bit more kind of serious with a bit of a comedic edge to it. That's kind of what I was hoping they'd do with this idea of it being Renfield trying to get away from his master, Count Dracula. But at the same time, I think the way they've gone with it gives it more mainstream appeal, which is that's fine. And like I say, the movie is exactly what the trailer sells it as being. It's got really positive reviews, and I get why. And a lot of people talking about Cage's performance, which as it should be. And I think it's good. I enjoyed it, but for me, it didn't quite hit the mark I was hoping for, which is fine. Okay, it wasn't quite what I thought it would be, but I still enjoyed it. It was a lot gorier and a lot bloody than I expected because it's a 15 rating over here, and I'm always surprised by how much you can get away with in films now. Like for a 15 rating, I think it's because the violence is fairly sort of cartoony in a sense. Like it's quite graphic and quite kind of specific in a way, but it's I think a lot of it is quite over the top. So I think that probably helped it kind of skate under. There's not too much bad language. I mean, there's a fair bit to be fair, but not excessively to where that would push it over to get an 18. But it's certainly got some good action in. Like I say, it is pretty violent. But it goes without saying, Cage is great as Count Dracula. He's clearly having a great time, and it's quite interesting. It's quite something to see. Like I say, I prefer to see it in a bit more of a serious, darker tone movie, but I think it fits perfectly for this. And I could have watched the whole movie. He's in it quite a lot anyway, but I could have watched the whole movie of just him just doing that. I do think there wasn't really any point where I went, this is Dracula. It was always, this is Nicolas Cage playing Dracula to me, which is fine. He's a very, very iconic actor, so it's very hard to not see him as him. And he's very different to things he's done before. He does throw a few little Cageisms in there, it's just the way he is. But it's really something. Nicholas Hoult is really good as well. He's playing quite a sympathetic character, but he does a lot of the action scenes and stuff like that as well. There's a whole subplot with Aquafina and Sonic the Hedgehog, what's his name, Ben Schwartz, and just this whole thing with them, which is okay. It's serviceable. Like it moves the story along. But the main thing is, you want to see Renfield and Dracula in scenes together. When it's not them, it's kind of a bit kind of okay. We'll get through this and get to the good bits. But I enjoyed it. I think it's worth a watch. It's only about 90 minutes or so. So if you're looking for something that's enjoyable to pass the time, as long as you're not too squeamish, I think it's worth a watch. Say for me as a big Nick Cage fan, and I think they could have done more with this premise in lines of what I'd like, but I think they probably did the right thing to make it more mainstream acceptable and for people overall to just enjoy it. So even though it's not exactly what I would have liked, I still think it's pretty good. So that is my review of the movie Renfield. Thanks. Sorry, what I should have said was, it didn't suck. Yep, I just thought of that and pressed record again so I could add that bit. You're welcome.